Scepter Technology.
Baby, my heart's on fire.
Персональный спутник.
You abuse me, then you lose me. Baby, we're left alone. Honey, telephone. Tell me I'm your man. Your guy. Alright, so, hold on a second here. We've been being followed here for the longest time. For the longest time. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I don't know why you're following me. I don't know what I'm doing. Hello, darkness, my only friend. I come to see you once again. And all the evening and the birds and trees singing happily, joyfully, and voices that came down to me. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, I see. American technology. Esputus scuppet, Italian ice, Portuguese, tea, trees, snow. Anyway, we are doing what you call in the business as floating, I guess. You know, we are floating a little bit here. You know, just like people like, you know, that I'm kind of into right now. You know, I mean, I had to filter out, like, you know, I just had to like go back and revisit a few things. You know, I do have friends, I do have help. You know, I do, I know it. You know, but you know, my methods were like, you know, I mean, first we got to make amends here with some people because you know, I contributed to a lot of the mayhem. I mean, if you see that, you know, that commercial, like that Allstate commercial, like, you know, where he's reaching down in the seat or something, you know, his hand gets stuck or something like that. You know, he was distracted or whatever. Like, you know, I mean, I understand. I know from just from knowing. You know, I knew, you know, a couple years ago, you know, that you know, talking about all this stuff, you know, all this, you know, transgressions, you know, these issues that just get, you know, batted away, you know, and you know, these people, they just look for, you know, some souls and some, you know, some fresh people, like, you know, to join them, like, you know, in their mission. I mean, we understand. I understand. You know, I'm very much content, you know, with it because, you know, of you know, it just hits you, like, you know. I mean, we have the passing here of Stephen Hawking, you know, Beautiful Mind. There was a movie with Richard Crowe, Beautiful Mind. You know, during last week we tapped into a little bit of phenomenon, you know, with John Travolta, where you can just like see everything, like, you know, before it happens and all that. Well, I see a lot of things, you know, but they're, you know, they're on my docket, they're on my schedule, you know, it's things I got to do. It's like the whole. I mean, we've been following along with the whole Russia collusion as far as that goes. Like, you know, I mean, with the show, I you know, I've been doing like different kinds of shows, but at the center of it and the basics of it, no, we're not on any kind of mystical weed or anything like that. You know, this is just me like sorting out crap, like sorting it out, you know. You know, I don't need to be under like, you know, any kind of like, you know, altering, you know, mind control, you know. I mean, it is what it is, like, you know. I mean, what was it, like in October when the lights went out on this show, and I just, you know, threw the whole thing out there, the whole computer, you know. My cousin wrote by, is that your computer out there? I said, yeah. You know, transgressions, you know. Yes, I've come a long way, and you know, I mean, and deep inside, you know, you're always wanting to get there, like, you know. But it's like being in this political environment, you know, being in here, like studying it, you know, what I did, like, you know, when I did the show, you know, a lot of that stuff was terrible. A lot of people looked at it and go, transgressions, hostile, angry at everything, you know, putting blame here, putting blame there. You know, it wasn't until like a little bit after April of 2017, because I realized what happened. See, there was some girls that I knew, you know, from a town that I worked at and everything. They were on my friend list and everything like that, and you know, then, you know, they hooked up with people like, you know, that I had on here and stuff like that. I'm gonna need my water here. Give me a second here. I gotta check out a few snow jobs here. So so they came over, you know, and of course, I mean, I have to take responsibility. I mean, it was so. I mean, I held my own. I mean, I gotta look at that. Like, you know, I held a lot of people here for a long time, and this is something I can't really figure out, because all the shit back then. Oh, I'm sorry, I said shit twice today. You know, but, you know, I'm giving myself a pass. Like, you know, I mean, like I did that one week where, you know, I swore for the first time in a long time. You know, I mean, it's okay. You know, as long as, like, you know, you did it with, you know, good intentions. Like, you know, I mean, it was the topic I was talking about. You know, maybe that's why, like, Bianca and a few people probably, like, you know, just left. Like, you know, I mean, I'm trying to think back to it, to, you know, what I was doing there, but I was passionate about it. It was sort of about, like, the food thing, like, you know, like the homeless and veterans and all that kind of stuff. I see it. I did the transgressions, you know, did this show for, you know, for the, you know, the 6-year duration there, on and off, you know, but I was on Facebook. You know, I was just going about my work here, you know, trying to entertain people. And a friend of mine this morning that I was at a human service place for some time, about a year or something like that, a year and a half. I think I was still on Facebook a little bit, you know, because I did a lot of things. I was just following something to try to get somewhere. But he had something up there with the Trump, with the affair and everything like that. He's like, how hypocritical Republicans are, you know, that they don't say a word about Trump's affair. Well, first of all, it happened 10 years ago. Second of all, it didn't happen in the White House. Third of all, do you know how many people in Congress and Senate, you know, that prior to getting there, anybody in politics possibly had an affair, possibly did something, you know, that wasn't, you know, up to standards, to your standards? I mean, people go out every weekend, you know, what do they do? Like, you know, they go out every weekend to bars and clubs and everything. What do they do? Are they there just drinking soda pop? You know, what do they do at these clubs? Anyway, I don't want to get all kinds of hostile and transgressions.